Welcome to you all. Welcome to the University of Manchester and the splendid surroundings of the Whitworth Hall for this graduation ceremony. Particularly, I welcome our graduands. They are the stars of the show today. But I also would like to welcome the families and friends of the graduands, because I know that some of you have travelled a long way to be with us. We thank you for the help and support and encouragement that you have given to our graduands during their studies. You chose to make an investment in your future when you decided some time ago to follow a degree course at the University of Manchester. And today we recognise that investment. Today it is realised. Your achievement in completing the degree should not be underestimated. You and your families and friends should feel justly proud of your accomplishment. Universities are pretty much in the news these days. In the UK, some tectonic changes are afoot in the ways that universities are funded. They are on the verge of moving, if you like, from an expression of the public good to a situation in which graduands and their families will be expected to cover a much greater share of the cost. The country is spending more than it earns, and hard choices must be made. Some universities will not weather this storm, but Manchester will. Our strength is not simply in our size and infrastructure, although that is impressive. Since its creation in 2004, the new University of Manchester has brought into use more than £500 million worth of new estate. And I dare say that many of you graduating today have benefited from new research laboratories and facilities. But universities are not really about buildings, grand as they may be, or even about physical products and research publications, which may come and go. Universities are all about people. They are about the rich heritage of all its people, its current staff, its current students, and of course, its former students. So you are about to join a family of 220,000 graduands living and working in more than 200 countries around the globe. I hope that you will stay in touch with each other and with us. As a graduate from the University of Manchester, you are joining a very distinguished Hall of Fame. Many of our staff and former students have occupied positions of great distinction in science, business, politics, sport, the arts, medicine, dentistry, pharmacy. But although we are, of course, proud of them, it is not only the famous club that makes a university what it is. We are proud of all our graduates. The motto accorded to us by our founders was Cognitio Sapientia Humanitas. You will find it in very small letters on the coat of arms on the front cover of your programs. It means knowledge, wisdom, and humanity. And these items are the indestructible currency of the university. Thomas Jefferson spoke of knowledge about 200 years ago. Knowledge is like a candle. Even as it lights a new candle, the strength of the original flame is undiminished. Thus, the knowledge and understanding imparted to you during your past few years have not depleted the institution. They've strengthened it. In fact, you graduates have contributed to the university in a very significant way. Each and every one of you has enriched the university. And today provides me with the opportunity to thank you for your contribution. As for wisdom, Confucius said wisdom begins in wonder. And I hope that your time at this university has encouraged you to wonder about the world, both about the natural world around you and about the structures and institutions within it. And what about humanity? Homo sapiens is distinguished by its use of technology, but in its tens of thousands of years, there has never been such a threatening time. Most of the unprecedented challenges facing the human race result directly from our own successes in discovery and technology. Long ago, when I was a student, the major challenge had arisen from the discovery of atomic weapons. But now we have similarly huge, perhaps even greater questions. The world is getting warmer. We seem unable to do much about it. Should we be using more insecticides or planting genetically engineered crops? Should nuclear power stations or wind farms keep our lights on? And can society adapt to or control this surfeit of information which is now available? And there are people that would even regard that as a rhetorical question. But closer to home to you, who should access the readout of our personal genetic codes? And what other safeguards are needed to protect individual privacy? So why does all this concern you? How can you contribute? Your knowledge and understanding puts you in the role of a leader rather than a follower in society. The degree about to be conferred endows you with responsibility. And I would submit that it is by such leadership that you can make your greatest contribution to humanity. On behalf of the university, I congratulate all of you who are graduating here today on your academic achievement, and I wish you every success in your future careers. Take care, take responsibility. Please stay in touch, and have a great day. Thank you very much. Now, I spoke a few minutes ago about our distinguished graduates, and today we are indeed greatly honoured to be joined by one of them. So before we begin to confer degrees on our graduates, the University of Manchester Alumni Association wishes to honour a graduate from 40 years ago with its Outstanding Alumni Award. And I now call upon Professor David Dennin to present the awardee for the Outstanding Alumni Award.
Vice President and Dean, ladies and gentlemen and graduates, we're here today to celebrate the achievements of our newest graduates and wish them good fortune as they embark on their chosen careers. What better way to do that than by introducing a former student who's risen to the top of her profession, been graced with the CBE, and made a profound difference to the lives and health of people all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, University of Manchester Alumni Association's outstanding alumna within the Faculty of Medical and Human Sciences for 2001, Professor Janet Derbyshire. Janet Derbyshire was born in Derbyshire, but raised in Cheshire, and she caught the science bug early when accompanying her father, who was a public health inspector, taking specimens to the pathology lab. She was a pupil at Manchester High School, and she applied for a place at the university here, and she graduated in medicine in 1970. Some of her most memorable hours at the university were spent in the dissecting room. She remembers approaching dissection with a certain amount of trepidation, but it proved to be an unlikely bonding experience. In her own words, friends one made around the body remained friends throughout life. Although she enjoyed the scientific aspects of her course, Professor Derbyshire realised that her first love was people. And her first 2 jobs after graduation were at the Manchester Royal Infirmary and in paediatrics at Booth Hall Hospital up the road. But it was when she shifted her focus from clinical medicine to clinical research that she really began to carve out an illustrious name for herself. In 1974, she joined the staff of the Medical Research Council's Tuberculosis and Chest Diseases Unit, where she was tasked with coordinating clinical trials and observational studies on tuberculosis. Her mission took her on many trips to Africa, where she led clinical trials into effective treatments for tuberculosis, which ultimately revolutionized the treatment of this disease around the world. More groundbreaking achievements followed. In 1986, she became head of the Medical Research Council's Cardiothoracic Epidemiology Group at the National Heart and Lung Institute, working in tuberculosis and other respiratory diseases. The emergence of HIV/AIDS spun her career into an unexpected trajectory, eventually playing a key role worldwide to combat this modern epidemic. The benefits of her clinical trials and observational studies are still being felt today. In fact, under her leadership, the MRC Clinical Trials Unit became acknowledged as a centre for excellence for research into HIV and cancer treatments. Indeed, HIV itself has been transformed into an almost universally fatal disease in 12 to 18 months to a chronic disease which patients now can live for many, many years and in many cases live a full lifespan. And this has occurred in only 25 years, and Janet Derbyshire's work has contributed materially to that. She's always argued for a more thorough regimen of research to underpin day-to-day activities of the NHS, and her body of work has pushed trials and research higher up the medical agenda. Very few people in life achieve great things without being good communicators, and Janet is in every way a people person, working directly alongside patients whenever possible, and missing that human element of her role wherever research took her. In the same way, she appreciates the power of collaboration, which is why some of her more significant achievements have revolved around drawing together talent from different hospitals, sometimes even from different countries, and pooling knowledge to make the kinds of breakthroughs which have had a lasting impact on medicine and healthcare. Indeed, her diplomacy, tact, and political nous have been every bit as vital in her success as her scientific expertise. From 2005 to 2010, she was joint director of the National Institute of Health Research Clinical Research Network, which she busily promoted the cause of clinical research. And until March this year, she was also director of the MRC Clinical Trials Unit, running studies in cancer, arthritis, and other diseases. She also oversees clinical trials as the independent chair of trial and steering monitoring committees and contributes towards drug regulation as a commissioner on the Commission of Human Medicines. In a career which has spanned many countries, spheres of research, and accomplishments, Professor Janet Derbyshire can rightly claim to have made tangible differences to the lives of countless people. With her dedication, imagination, and energy, our 2010 graduates should readily draw inspiration from her fine example. Dean and Vice President, I present to you the 2010 Award for Outstanding Alumnus, Professor Janet Derbyshire, CBE.
present the award to you for the Outstanding Alumnus of 2010. Thank you very much.
I'll say a few words. Vice President and Dean, ladies and gentlemen and graduates, it's a great honour to receive this award, and I'm delighted to be with you all at the degree ceremony today. 45 years ago, I had just finished my first term as a medical student here. I knew I'd made the right decision by choosing Manchester against some pressure from my school to try for Oxford or Cambridge, and I knew that I'd been lucky to get into my first choice. I'd enjoyed some parts of the course, anatomy and physiology, but not others, such as organic chemistry, which seemed much less relevant to me to being a doctor. But it did teach me that a life in the laboratory was not for me. There were many attractions to Manchester in those days, the late 60s, not least the Liverpool and Manchester pop groups who played at the Saturday night discotheques, or the cattle market, as they were often called. I don't know if they still are. And many of those groups are now very famous, so I even have the autograph of one of the Hollies. That might mean something to some of you. I made many friends for life in Manchester, not just medics with whom, as you hear, I celebrated the 40th anniversary of our graduation only recently, but also many others who lived in Owens Park, where I was lucky enough to move into, which at that time was very new and was the first mixed hall of residence. I have been back and it's not quite as I remembered it. So after my house jobs at Manchester Royal Infirmary and the brief period at paediatrics, I decided to go to London for 6 months. And I think this was the final career decision I made, which may sound a bit funny because I'm still there. But after that, serendipity on the whole has ruled my life, and I'll just perhaps tell you how. A training in medicine led me to respiratory medicine and to the Brompton Hospital, where the next step, like many of my life, was a serendipitous encounter with Professor Wallace Fox, who directed the MRC TB unit in the car park. So that led to my job in tuberculosis, my fantastic opportunity to travel the world. When the unit closed, again as you heard, the HIV epidemic was just taking off, new drugs were just becoming available, and so serendipitously I moved into HIV research. And there are fascinating parallels between tuberculosis and HIV, not least because we need to use at least 2 drugs to treat them both, so we could use a lot of the lessons from tuberculosis for HIV, but with the big caveat that we could cure tuberculosis in 6 months, and we do now worldwide, but HIV needs to be treated for life. HIV took me back to Africa, where we've done trials both of the treatment and prevention of HIV, and to many collaborations across Europe, Australia and North America, rewarding but sometimes very challenging. The clinical trials unit, again, serendipitously, Sir John Patterson, when he was the director of R&D, appreciated the need to support clinical research within the NHS in the UK. We were struggling to recruit to trials of cancer and of other diseases because it was harder and harder for people to find the time. And so the Clinical Research Network, which we led, Peter Selby and I, and which we set up originally in cancer, but which now supports all diseases, really has allowed us to support clinical research across the UK. Now, as David said, I am a people person, I think. And when I first joined the MRC, the Medical Research Council, and gave up most of my clinical work, I really missed that contact with patients. But I did soon come to realise that actually the clinical trials had a much bigger impact on many more people's lives. I'm absolutely delighted to be here today to join you in celebrating your graduation. My life in medicine has been rewarding and interesting, but also fun, and I hope yours will be too. Take opportunities as they come. Serendipity should be smiled at and accepted as the opportunity it presents. And there are many in medicine and the related disciplines. Build on the wonderful education you have received in this university, which I think is tremendous and one of the best in the country, and become excellent doctors and practitioners in your field. Remember the words of William Osler, the great physician. As the practice of medicine is not a business and never can be one, the education of the heart, the moral side of man, must keep pace with the education of the head. Our fellow creatures cannot be dealt with as man deals in corn and coal, and the human heart by which we live must control our professional relations. So good luck, congratulations, and enjoy life.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Getahun Bero Badada. Thomas Martin Blakeman. Dorota Monica Ferre. Audrey Zumax Vorzet. Susana Fernando Marino. Charlotte Garrett. Nia Goulden. Gillian Diana Green. Vanu Jayasekaran. Isa Latif. Kevin McGuinness. Samantha Mills. Haelwyn Ankarad Eleanor Georgina Sophie O'Leary. Robert Owen. Joanne Slater. And for the degree of Doctor of Medicine, Sajat Ahmed Hayat. Bhavna Kalpesh Pandya. Sharath Chandra Vikram Haravatsu. Weng Koon Edward Peng. Anna Pokrajak. And in respiratory medicine, medical education research, Krishnamurti Sridhar Murthy. And in translational medicine, Patricia Ann Dudman. Mary Durkin. Helen Sumner. And for the degree of Master of Research in Cardiovascular Sciences, I. Yin Lau. Thomas Lloyd. Centurion Soundras Ritharan. Suman So. Alfred Samuel Williams. And in maternal and fetal health, May Ajanadi. Fiona Louise Mackey. Natalie Jane Robinson. And in medical sciences, Christopher Kevin Howarth. And in primary care, Alexander Kevin Melvin Walter. And in public health, Janet Hickey. And in tissue engineering and regenerative medicine, Alexandra Kurdzian-Taki. Francesca Ludwinski. Marissa Lucy Massiedge. Julia Marshall. Adam Mitchell. Joanne Salter. Alex Smith. And in translational medicine, Nadia Al-Adawi. Hajar Karimi Alavi. Hardiman Kaur Barian. Christopher Breen. Gemma Crossfield. Sunita Mistry. Farah Mughal. Marcus James Price. Rose Elizabeth Richardson. Andrew Martin Robinson. Alison Vera Margaret Rodriguez. And for the degree of Master of Science in Applied Mental Health, Christina Ireland. Martin John Lawton. Emma Nersessian. And in clinical biochemistry, Florence Balua. Kaylee Rebecca Davis. Zohab Iqbal. Andrea Theodoro. And in clinical rheumatology, Batul Fatima Ali. Z. Lin Lowe. And in interdisciplinary medicine and engineering, Ujjali Patel. And in investigative ophthalmology and vision science, Itar Mustafa Betawi. Tianan Keenan. Ching Hui Lu. Mikhail Alexeyevich Ponomarenko. And in Medical and Diagnostic Virology, Shaihana Abdul Rahman N. Al-Matrouk. Winnie Nasolo. Balua Devakai Ruby Paul Jonathan. Asma Abu Bakr Ramdan. And in Medical and Molecular Microbiology, Mashael Salah Al-Faifi. Majid Fasael H. Aribi. Bandar Abdul Mohsen Al-Assami. Tropa Bala. Fiona Boyd. Prinny Mary Charles. Ashley Kate Davis. Arif Falek. Claire Louise Gardner. Arda Gersel. Mariam Hashimi. Daffyd Edward Jones. Noshin Sajidi. Amy Waterhouse. And in mental health practice, Amanda Jane Martin. And in physics and computing in medicine and biology, Nezar Mehdi Abushina. Leonidas Giorgio. Johannes Mupachiatsis. Ornella Rita Pinzone. Jessica Laura Rogers. Stuart John Williams. And in psychiatry, Kishore Babu Jayapakiam. And in occupational medicine, Eleanor Margaret Ball. Neil Grace. And in occupational medicine, Abiola Adanjo. Fred Maim Bolwer. And for the degree of Master of Public Health in Public Health, Rebecca Louise Albro. Lorraine Bradbury. Georgina Rachel Dines. Nana Kwabena Abeng Gainin. Nicola Jane Harrison. Maria del Carmen Hernande Valadares. M. Kazim Isan. Susan Jane Jones. Amy Dugin. Kenneth Kabali. Rhonda Teresa Lee. Sue Longdon. Judith Roberts. Matthew Guy Smithers. Christina Edith Wadsworth. And for the Advanced Postgraduate Diploma in Occupational Medicine, Franca Odinma Aquara. Michael Jide Abosi. And for the postgraduate certificate, Syed Tajamal Hussain Shah.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Mohammed Samir Mohammed Bedr. Francesca Soncin. Ratna Viramachaneni. And for the degree of Master of Philosophy in Dental Public Health, Community Dentistry, Cheryl Louise McElroy. And in Odontology, Muayyed Abdul Wahab Zankuli. And for the degree of Master of Science in Dental Specialties, Control of Pain and Anxiety, including Conscious Sedation, Julia Ann Van Loon. And in Dental Specialties, Dental Implantology, Dimitrios Karasoulos. Vasiliki Loli. Eleni Janetea. And in Dental Specialties, Endodontics, Asma Ihia Abogna. Ioanna Apostolidis. Usama Lubat. Ζωή Παπαδημοπούλου. Ashok Reddy. Ελευθέριος Βλαβάκης. And in Dental Specialties, Fixed and Removable Prosthodontics, Brian Chick. Craig Cunningham Jack. Richard Needham. Monders Beda. And in dental specialties, oral and maxillofacial surgery, Raga Abu Atbirat. Ali Fateh. Amani Shepani. And in dental specialties, orthodontics, Ammar Mohammed Hajjaz. And in dentistry, orthodontics, Theodoros Kapsalis. And for the degree of Bachelor of Dental Surgery, BDS, Abdullah F.A.M. Al-Kanan. Amritpal Atwal. Alison Mary Bowden. Hoi Min Choi. Zawani Binti MD Zubaydin. Nihal Shah. Pedro Otavio Simoes. Yipei Tei.
Vice President, on the behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Lucy Bentham. Sean Clive Offerman. Helen Potter. Sarah Willis. And for the degree of Master of Philosophy, Stephen Williams. And for the degree of Master of Science in Industrial Pharmaceutical Sciences, Martin Kearns. Martin Donald. And for the degree of Master of Pharmacy with Honours, Hina Shireen Hamed. Aisha Alam. Ibrahim Al-Madaris. Zarul Haq. Marianne Iqbal. Azman Karam. Pamela Lyons. Aisha Mahmood. Sawi Mong. Yuan Huang Ti Wing. Chamaka Karan Adoza. Adefemalola Ololawezi Mesi Oshi Ojuru. Jennifer Mary Teague. Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, UoM Ali. Richard Binney. Natalie Louise Butcher. Stephen Carter. Daphne Garcia. Matthew Haig. Judith Johnson. Hannah Elizabeth Taylor. Peter James Taylor. And for the degree of Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Denise Bevan. Julia Frances Busca. Grace Edith Crawford. Marianne Durand. Rebecca Hardy. Louise Mansell. Anna MacDonald. Joanne Elizabeth Minari. Anne Maloney. Karen Annette Owens.
Well done, Karen!
Gemma Pasek. Nicola Jane Smithers. Mary Spanswick. Alistair James Tigger. Sarah Louise Wastel. And for the degree of Master of Research in Psychology, Catherine Bourne. Laura Di Bella. Nicola Jane Ellis. Victoria Gillis. Stacey Louise McKnight. Philip Ian James McNamee. Kate Sheehy. Catherine Ann Slevin. And for the degree of Master of Science in Audiology, Lynette Abisetti. Arwa Ibrahim Al-Jaza. Kimberly Jane Barlow. Hayamal Celestina Dalva Texira Prajanka. Shitha Chenicheri. Nuno Miguel Gama. Rebecca Ann Gorside. Ruth Halley. Anna Veronica Christina Lindstrand. Karine Maturi. Hannah Susan Maycock. Laura Jane Miller. Samantha Lucy Powell. Shubha Raju. Julie Redding. Emily Rose Statham. Patricia Ann Taylor. Charlotte Primrose Turtle. And in cognitive brain imaging, Charlotte Jane Egenhair. Richard James Howarth. Sophie Holmes. Upasana Nathaniel. Sarah Elizabeth Westwood. Hazel Wright. And in clinical and health psychology, Savas Agunul. Lucy Bateman. Catherine Louise Beale. Laura Marie Grant. Sophie Alexandra Hewitt. Amanda Jane Huntpatch. Adele Marie Hurst. Samantha Jane Kay. Christopher Keyworth. Jasmine Knopp. Heather Leggett. Annalena Mejia. Lee David Mulligan. Melissa Noak. Lauren Jade Oakland. Hannah Patterson. Samantha Wong. Jin Zhu. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Speech and Language Therapy with honours, Michelle Grant. And in Psychology with honours, Gemma Rowlands. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Audiology with honours, Sumaya Eldon.
And in Hearing and Balance Studies, Rushanara Begum. And in Psychology, Paula Katia Mendoza. And in Speech Pathology Studies, Hannah Elizabeth Taylor. And for the degree of Master of Business, Shizhen Chen.
It's now appropriate to ask our graduates in dental surgery and Master of Pharmacy graduates to stand, please. This is for the affirmation related to clinical practice. And at the end of my description of this, I will ask you to say, I so affirm. I affirm that I will make the care of patients my first concern. Treat every patient politely and considerately. Respect patients' dignity and privacy. Listen to patients and respect their views. Give patients information in a way they can understand. Respect the right of patients to be fully involved in decisions about their care. Keep my professional knowledge and skills up to date. Be honest and trustworthy. Recognize the limits of my professional competence. Respect and protect confidential information. Make sure my personal beliefs do not prejudice patient care. Act quickly to protect patients from risk if I have good reason to believe that I or a colleague may not be fit to practice. Avoid abuse of my position as a dentist or pharmacist. Work with colleagues in ways that serve patients' interests. In all these matters, I will never discriminate unfairly against patients or colleagues. I will always be prepared to justify my actions to them. Thank you.
Today we have celebrated the award of your degrees. Congratulations. On behalf of the University of Manchester, I wish all the graduates well in their future careers. I now declare this ceremony closed.